This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Rivian is struggling through its own production hell, but just got a major lifeline from Mercedes-Benz. The two of them are forming a partnership to build electric vans. They'll operate a factory in Central or Eastern Europe to produce two large electric vans. One will be based on Mercedes' new EV van platform, and the other will be based on Rivian's second-generation van. Production kicks off in a couple of years, and they're also going to explore other opportunities to collaborate. Rivian's stock is up 14% this week on the news. Bollinger Motors also landed a major lifeline. EV startup Mullen Automotive, which is based in California, is buying a 60% stake in Bollinger for $148 million. And those who were sad when Bollinger killed off its boxy off-roaders and instead pivoted to commercial trucks will be happy to learn that Mullen is going to bring back those boxy trucks. But the first priority is to launch Bollinger's Class 3 through 6 electric trucks. When these vehicles will hit the market could be anyone's guess. Bollinger obviously hasn't been able to launch any of its vehicles, and Mullen's track record isn't much better. Founded in 2014, its goal was to build affordable EVs in the U.S., but so far it failed to bring back the Coda EV, had a failed deal to assemble China's Dragonfly K50, and now wants to come out with an electric SUV called the 5, which isn't expected to hit until 2024. If automakers want to qualify for the full EV incentives available in the U.S., they have to make their batteries in the U.S. with materials that were sourced in the U.S. So, Tesla is looking at opening a lithium refinery in Texas. If approved, Tesla could start construction by the end of the year and start refining lithium by the end of 2024. Other automakers like General Motors have pilot programs with partners for mining lithium in the U.S., but Tesla is the first one that we've heard of that wants to refine lithium on its own.
At Schaeffler, we pioneer motion. Electrifying mobility, manufacturing smarter, reducing CO2 emissions, making energy production clean. Schaeffler pioneers motion to advance how the world moves.
The future of Michigan is extraordinarily bright. We have such incredible assets, and I think more and more we're realizing how to put those together in a way that's going to help this state really help lead the nation as we go forward.
BMW is one of those automakers that has questioned whether there really is market demand for electric vehicles. But it's also going on a battery building spree. It's going to build 6 battery plants. 2 in China, 2 in Europe, and 2 in North America. Each plant will have an annual capacity to produce up to 20 gigawatt hours. And it will see a new battery type running down those assembly lines. BMW is moving from prismatic to cylindrical cells, which are 20% more energy dense. They are 46 millimeters in diameter, which is the same as Tesla's new cells, but they will come in 2 different heights. The cells also don't have to be arranged in modules and can instead be built right into the pack, which frees up additional space for more cells. Tesla is a pioneer in doing this. BMW claims the new 800-volt battery packs will improve charging speed by 30% and boost range by the same amount. The new cells, which will be made by partners CATL and EVE Energy, will start to go in BMW's next-generation EVs around 2025. Chevrolet gave us more info on the electric Equinox, which starts at $30,000, and that doesn't include any EV incentives. The Equinox should at least qualify for a $4,000 credit since it will be made in North America, Ramos Arizpe, Mexico to be exact. That would drop the price to $26,000. And if GM can get the battery to qualify for incentives, that would drop the price to only $22,500. The base front-wheel drive version gets 210 horsepower and 242 pound-feet of torque and delivers 250 miles of range. An optional battery pack bumps that up to 300 miles. The all-wheel drive version gets 290 horsepower and 346 pound-feet of torque and delivers 280 miles of range. The standard 11.5 kilowatt Level 2 charger adds up to 34 miles of range per hour. An optional 19.2 kilowatt Level 2 charger bumps that up to 51 miles, and a 150 kilowatt DC fast charger will add 70 miles of range in just 10 minutes. The first versions of the Equinox will go on sale a little over a year from now. Volkswagen is getting into electric off-roading, and we're not talking about Scout. It showed off a more rugged concept version of the all-wheel drive ID.4 GTX called the ID XTREME. Upgrades include a new rear electric motor that increases power by 65 kilowatts or 87 horsepower, a raised suspension system, 18-inch off-road wheels and tires, wider fenders, and a new bumper with brush bar. VW says it will use the concept to see how people react to it, and based on feedback will decide on how to proceed with the project. Or in other words, if enough people like it, we could see something like this in production.
We want to know what drives your testing. OTA, connected car, diagnostics, remote testing. Intrepid Control Systems is here to help you work from anywhere. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
Ford is adding more features to BlueCruise for hands-free driving on highways. It will now do automatic lane changes and move your vehicle to the far side of the lane when driving alongside big semis, and slow down when going around tight corners. Lincoln owners also get the same updates for its system called Active Glide. The Mustang Mach-E is the first vehicle to get the updates starting this fall. Formula One fans may be disappointed to learn that Porsche will not be going into F1. Porsche put out a statement this morning that talks between it and Red Bull Racing fell apart. Porsche wanted to be more than just an engine supplier and wanted equal say in how the team would be run. Red Bull Racing was looking for a good engine supplier, not someone who would be second-guessing what the team should be doing. And so they called off the talks. But this may open the door for Honda to get back into Formula One with Red Bull Racing in 2026, when new rules require the cars use more battery power and for their IC engine to run on synthetic fuel. Wind turbines are not the only solution to society's need for energy, but they're getting better all the time. And Jeff Hamphill, the Chief Technology Officer at the supplier Schaeffler, has a way of putting it that almost anyone can understand. He says one full revolution of those new 15 megawatt wind turbines generates enough electricity to power the average electric car for 100 kilometers, or about 62 miles. And that's a wrap for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here again on Monday.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Experience Dolby Atmos, anywhere, anytime. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game. Schaeffler, we pioneer motion. And by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Wards is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now. Check your company's intranet for details, and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.